Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th season of the Mahindra AQ on NDTV 24/7. I'm Siddharth Vinayak Partnkar. This year we went to 40 colleges, that's both business and engineering schools of course, to test their automobile knowledge. This involved going to 32 city centres, 16 satellite rounds, and in fact we doubled our participation from last year. More than 32,000 students took part. We are going to kick off AQ 2012 and we're going to begin with our qualifiers from the North Zone. Let's meet our teams. First up, we've got from the Institute of Management Technology, Ghaziabad, Leo Thomas and Sridharji. Welcome. Right next to them, from Mathura, the Hindustan College of Science and Technology, sends us Rishabh Kaushik and Yash Singh. From the Birla Institute of Technology and Sciences, Pilani, Neeraj Vijay Fadnis and Kiran Kantawar. From the Indian Institute of Management in Lucknow, we've got Gaurav Lodha and Rahul Jain. All the best to you guys as well. The Delhi Technological University sends us Sushant Kumar Singh and Utsav Banka. All the very best to you as well. And rounding things off, we've got the boys from Chandigarh, in fact the Chandigarh group of colleges, Anirudh Singh and Armandeep Singh. But we will now begin with our very first round. Coming your way now, straight line. All right, so the straight line is what we call this round, but it has a few twists and turns of its own. Direct questions coming to you will earn you 200 kilometers, and on the pass, it's 100 kilometers. But the twist, you do have a chance to also pick up 200 kilometers, not just the team that I'm asking the question to, but anyone else who thinks they know the answer, just hit the buzzer. If, of course, that team doesn't answer correctly, we'll carry on passing the question in a normal fashion for 100 kilometers. And there is no negative marking, so go crazy. All right, IMT, are you ready? First question, the direct one to you. Which recently launched car's name is a Latin word meaning staircase or ladder?
We'll go with Quanto.
The Mahindra Quanto isn't right. We've got a buzzer from DTU, all set with an answer for me. Are you?
Is it Scala, Renault Scala?
It's just a lucky guess. 200 kilometers to you, DTU. So picking up 200 kilometers right at the very start, and now the direct question coming to you, Mathura. Which farm equipment company launched the Furrow magazine back in 1931?
Is it Lamborghini?
It isn't Lamborghini. Got a buzzer already coming in from IMT. So guys, what's the answer?
Is it the International Harvester?
Is it the International Harvester? No, it's not. So we're going to carry on passing now to bits. No answer. I am?
John Deere?
Right answer. 100 kilometers for you on the pass. John Deere it is. Now let's move on to the direct question for Bits Pilani. Name the hydroelectric system which was introduced in the Packard 180 series way back in 1940. Is that going to be a pass? I am going to pass it. No buzzers. So we go to IIM. No answer there as well.
The steering system?
Steering system isn't right. DTU? Nothing from DTU.
Suspension
what about Chandigarh?
hydros.
No answer. IMT? Also nothing. And finally we come to Mathura.
Disc brakes.
Disc brakes. No, it was an electric system. Very simply, power windows. That's all we were looking for there. The direct question now for IIM Lucknow. What is the test that's carried out to make sure all the components on a new car are working to their full potential?
Fit test?
That isn't it. DTU with the buzzer yet again. Go ahead.
Is it the PDI, the pre-delivery inspection?
Is it the pre-delivery inspection? No. CGC.
Crash test?
Crash test isn't right either. Certainly don't want to see all the parts working on that. IMT nothing. HCST.
Bench test.
Bench test. No, that's not it either. Bits.
Shakedown.
Good job. 100 kilometers. Don't worry. Don't look so nervous. We go across now to DTU. Name the luxury automotive brand that's ranked 3rd on the Leap brand index for emotional attachment to brands.
Is it Jaguar?
Is it Jaguar? It's not Jaguar, and we've got a buzzer from IMT. So what's the answer, guys?
Is it BMW?
Is it BMW? No, it's not. Both luxury brands, but not the one I'm looking for. We pass to CGC.
Lexus?
Lexus isn't right, and of course we'll skip IMT, go to HCST.
Aston Martin?
Is it Aston Martin? We're going through all the luxury brands here. Bits, any guesses?
Rolls-Royce.
Rolls-Royce isn't it either, and IIM.
Mercedes?
Mercedes-Benz. You went through pretty much every one there. You skipped Acura, And you skipped infinity. Infinity was the right answer there. We move on to the last direct question in this round. This is for CGC. Name the rotary engine which is used by Mazda exclusively.
Wankel?
Lots of question marks coming at me today. Wankel? You're not sure about that? Well, don't worry. 200 kilometers. It is Wankel, absolutely. Good job on that. We're going to go straight into our next round. We call it our pit stop. Now, don't be fooled by the name because there ain't no stopping here. Remember how fast a pit crew works, right? So that's the kind of alacrity you need to show because once again, we got lots of kilometers up for grabs. So we'll turn the order around, but before that, let me quickly explain the rules to you. It is once again direct questions that get you 100 kilometers. But you have the chance, once you've heard the question, if you think you're confident of the answer, tell me about it and you can double. You can go in for a double, which means the chance to pick up 200 kilometers, right? Now, yet again, we have a twist, and that means buzzers come into play yet again. On the buzzer, you once again have the chance to do the same thing. You can go ahead and just tell me the answer, or you can double it with 200. But just remember that every time you double to 200, there is the chance of a minus 100 as well. This is an audio-visual round, or the CNB round as I like to call it. So you got to pay attention to the screens or listen very carefully. And we're going to begin with the first clue that comes for CGC. This is a unique bike in that there are no real rivals for it in the Indian market. It's got the street fighter looks that scream performance. In fact, even some rough road stuff. That, of course, was the KTM Duke 200. What is the nature of Bajaj's relationship with KTM?
Joint venture?
Joint venture isn't what I was looking for. We had a buzzer from IMT, so you know the question. What's the nature of Bajaj's relationship with KTM?
KTM was split into separate divisions after the bankruptcy. Bajaj bought 14%, so they have a licensing agreement. They can introduce KTM bikes in India.
All right, I was looking for something a little bit more than that, so hold that thought, and we're going to still continue to pass down first to DTU.
Is it a technical partnership?
Is it a technical partnership? No.
Bajaj owns a stake in KTM. So Bajaj can introduce KTM bikes in India, whereas KTM would introduce Bajaj bikes in the rest of the world.
And do you know how much stake that is?
26%.
26%. You said something similar about Bajaj owning a stake. The reason why I told IMT to hold that thought and I passed it ahead anyway was because I was looking for the right number. It's actually a 47% stake that Bajaj holds. But I'm going to be kind and I'm going to split 100 between both the teams here. So IMT and IIM, 100 kilometers each to you because, well, you both got the stake part right anyway. This one is now for DTU. Are you ready?
Karun Chandok has already charted an impressive career in motorsport after GP2 and even Formula 1. Now the racer has switched to Le Mans.
Very proud moment to be here. But it's a big race. You know, the time for sentiment isn't today. The time for sentiment comes in reflection.
My question to you is, what's the team that Karun Chandok raced for at Le Mans?
We want to double.
You want to double?
And the answer is JRM Racing.
You want to double and the answer is JRM Racing. It couldn't get more specific than that. 200 kilometers, right answer. Good job, DTU. So 200 kilometers for DTU on that direct. And now the direct question for IIM Lucknow. Your clip playing out now.
We used to drive together in go-karts. We were teammates when we were 14 years old. So we were really good friends at the time, still friends now. If you're really driving at a high level, the other guy is always going to be doing something better. So you can pick that out and try and do that yourself, and that will bring your level up. Then the other guy is going to be like, oh, he's moved up, I need to, you know, and just continuously raises the game.
That was Nico Rosberg from Mercedes GP talking about raising the game. But my question for you, who was he referring to?
Michael Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher sounds like a guess. That's not right. All right, so no points there for IIM, but IMT has the buzzer. Are you guys doubling?
Not doubling.
Not doubling, all right. And what's the answer?
Is it Lewis Hamilton?
Is it Lewis Hamilton? You should have doubled. It is 100 kilometers because Lewis Hamilton was indeed the right answer. Good pickup of points once again by IMT there. Direct question now for Bits Pilani. You ready? Now, the primary reason that I feel that this car will be extremely attractive for the Indian market is not just because of its compact size, it's also the positioning and the aspirational value. A lot of Indians want SUVs, they want cars which are about this size, they're convenient, more practical, and of course, a whole lot cheaper to buy. The problem for Volkswagen is that very positioning. Okay, so of course I want to know what car I was talking about.
Is it the Tiguan? Tiguan.
Is it the Tiguan? It is. You should have doubled 100 kilometers to BITS Pilani. Now moving on to HCST and your AV clip from CNB. Le Mans is the pinnacle of motorsport. It is the promise of enduring technology, fighting spirit, beating the odds and striving for more. The 24 hours at Le Mans is the ultimate test of endurance for man and machine. This year, the Le Mans race, you saw a car that was fielded, which was a little bit different. It was a little short of it right at the end. It was backed by Nissan. It was called the Delta Wing. I want to know what was special about it. HCST, yes, go ahead.
It's the hybrid car from Nissan for this year's Le Mans LMP1 category.
Was it a hybrid car from Nissan? It wasn't a hybrid car, and we've got a very enthusiastic buzzer from DTU. Let's have the answer. Are you doubling, firstly?
No.
Not this time, all right.
It got crashed in this race. Toyota hit the car.
That's not what made it special, for sure. So we're going to carry on passing, this time to IMT.
The shape of the car, that made it special.
And what about the shape makes it different?
At the end, there's a fin sort of a thing.
Yeah, what does the fin do, is what I'm asking.
It's for reducing the drag and probably the lift.
It gives the car more downforce and does make it more aerodynamic. I'm going to give you that. Wing, not a fin, but I will give you that. 100 kilometers to IMT yet again in this round, and so a good pickup of kilometers there. The other thing special, of course, was the fact that it has a much smaller engine than most of the other Le Mans cars, just a 300 bhp engine, which also goes into the Nissan Juke, the strange-looking crossover compact from Nissan. So after picking up everybody else's points, IMT, are you ready? And your CNB clip.
Nissan is calling this an urban class utility vehicle targeted at both large families and taxi fleet owners as well. Yes, you can say it, just like the Innova. And of course, the Mahindra Xylo and the newly launched, yet more compact Maruti Suzuki Ertiga at the lower end.
My question to you is not about the Ertiga, it is about the Nissan Evalia. It was launched at the 2012 Auto Expo. It has a twin that was also launched at the 2012 Auto Expo, not under the Nissan brand name. What is it?
We are doubling.
You are doubling, all right.
Is it Ashok Leyland style?
Doubling means, of course, minus 100. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about it because it is 200 kilometers. The Ashok Leyland Stile or Style, the company hasn't quite decided. Debuted at the Auto Expo. Hasn't quite come to market yet, but yeah, identical vehicle under the skin there. So once again, good job. IMT has done pretty well in this round for sure. But you know what? We're going to take a short commercial break here. I will not reveal the scores to you just yet. You've got to hang around and come back after this break, and then we will take you through the scoreboard. Keep watching the AQ. Welcome back to the AQ. It is the halfway point we find ourselves at, which means you've got still 2 more rounds, lots more scoring opportunities, but let's take a look at where the teams stand right now. HCST Mathura still to open their account. Tied after that, you got BITS Pilani, IIM Lucknow and CGC Chandigarh at 200 kilometers apiece. Following them up is DTU Delhi with 400 kilometers, and sitting pretty at this point, IMT Ghaziabad with 500 kilometers. So plenty still to play for. Good job, guys. Our third round is called Chicane. So round 3, Chicane, the way it works is it's a buzzer round, which means anybody is free to answer this. On the correct answer, it's 200 kilometers, but give me the wrong answer, and well, it's minus 100 kilometers. The way the round works, of course, is that you have a set of clues that are going to come up on the screen. 3 clues. Look at them carefully because it's basically connecting the dots between those 3. All 3 will point to the answer. That's the way it is. Are you all ready? Let's take a look at the very first set of clues. All right, so you got 3 clues that are on the screen now, and the buzzer came from CGC Chandigarh. Are you guys ready with the answer?
It's Niki Lauda, the aeroplane company which he founded, and he drove for Ferrari, and the movie Rush, which is coming in 2013, which includes James Hunt and Niki Lauda for 1976 season.
Such a specific, detailed answer. I need to say nothing more except 200 kilometers. Absolutely right. Our next set of clues. The buzzer this time from IMT Ghaziabad.
This is Piaggio.
This is Piaggio, you say, and what's the connection?
Piaggio owns Aprilia. They invented the Piaggio. They were earlier into helicopter business, but they invented the Vespa because they wanted to give affordable transport to the Italians after the war.
I'm not going to make you stew any longer. It's Enrico Piaggio, the founder of the company. Piaggio is the right answer, so 200 kilometers. Third set of clues now. All right, you got our 3 clues there. HCST.
Is it about the bike Hellcat from Confederate that Dhoni owns?
That Dhoni owns, you say. No, that's not the right answer. So I'll tell you the right answer. It's Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson, that's the old logo of the company. The statue outside the Harley Davidson factory, and Dhoni, of course, is one of the first few buyers and a famed enthusiast of Harley. So it was one of Dhoni's bikes, but Harley Davidson, the right answer, minus 100 for HCST. Next set of clues on your screens now. All right, so no buzzers coming on the clues that you are seeing there. 3 clues, all 3 logos. The first one is the Formula One Teams Association. Second one is the NTV Rail Company. And then, of course, you got the Fiat Car Company. All 3 were in some way or the other headed by Luca Cordero di Montezemolo, the chairman of Ferrari now, and has held the chairmanship of all of those 3 organizations. In fact, also founded the Formula One Teams Association. All right, no hard luck. We've still got a couple more to go. So our next set. Three clues once again, and the buzzer this time from Bits Pilani.
General Motors.
Unfortunately, not the right answer, guys. It's actually Henry Ford. Henry Ford is what we're looking for. He started working at the Edison Illuminating Company, founded Henry Ford Company, which later went on to become Cadillac, which is why you had that logo there. And he was awarded the Nazi Grand Cross by Germany. That's the German Eagle. That's the medal that you saw there. So a little bit of a tough one. Last set of clues coming your way in our chicane round. 3 logos on the screen once again, and no one venturing with the buzzers on this one. You got IMT trying to venture out with an answer.
Is it Total?
How do you make the connection?
Total owns ELF, and since it's a French company, it would have some collaboration with Renault.
Since it's a French company, it must have some collaboration with another French company. Yeah, it's a good guess because that's the Formula One team that it used to sponsor, the Renault Formula One team. It is Total. Of course, SunPower is a photovoltaic company owned by Total as well. So good job, IMT Ghaziabad, and a good guess perhaps. Now we quickly move on to our last round. This one is the checkered flag, of course. Give it your best. This is a high-scoring round possibility here. Abarth is the subsidiary of which automobile giant? The buzzer from IMT.
Fiat.
It is Fiat. Farhan Akhtar is the brand ambassador for which brand of batteries? There's a buzzer from HCST.
Tata Batteries.
Tata Batteries, no, it's Amaron. Which car is advertised as India's first compact SUV? DTU.
Is it the Premier Rio?
Premier Rio is the right answer. Who had designed Tarzan the Wonder Car? HCST again.
It's Dilip Chavadia.
Dilip Chavadia is right. Fastest is a documentary movie released in 2011. Based on which motorsport discipline? The buzzer already from CGC.
MotoGP.
MotoGP is right. The Heart Car is the tagline for which car?
Beat.
The Chevrolet Beat, you say, but it's actually the Swift Desire. Who has been roped in as the brand ambassador by Ashok Leyland? It's DTU again.
Mahindra Singh Dhoni.
MS Dhoni, right answer. Mobil 1 is the brand of lubricating oil from which oil company? Bits Pilani with the answer.
ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil is the right answer. Denso is the automobile component arm of which auto company?
Toyota.
CGC says Toyota, that is right. Mercedes-Benz has started assembling which class of SUVs in India? IIM.
M-Class?
M-Class is the right answer. 100 kilometers right at the end there for IIM Lucknow. That pretty much brings us to the end of this round. Now, before I can tell you the scores, I have just been informed that we have our first tie in our very first episode. It's DTU Delhi and CGC Chandigarh. Are you both ready? Which company uses the tagline, "Shift the way you move"? The buzzer coming from CGC.
Nissan Australia.
The answer from CGC, Nissan, and that is the right answer. So, of course, CGC gets that tiebreaker and moves slightly ahead. Let's see who's traveled the furthest. HCST Mathura bringing up the rear with minus 100 kilometers. Following them, you've got BITS Pilani with 200 kilometers, IIM Lucknow 300 kilometers. And now, of course, because of that tiebreaker, you got DTU Delhi with 600 kilometers, CGC Chandigarh coming in with 700 kilometers, and going the furthest, IMT Ghaziabad with 1000 kilometers. So it's been a hard-fought North Zone final here on the first episode of the new AQ season. Let me at this point invite our chief guest for this round, Mr. Praveen Shah. He's the chief executive at Mahindra Automotive.
It's a good platform for people to sharpen their knowledge and exhibit automobile knowledge. So we're pretty happy about it, and thanks NDTV.
So IMT Ghaziabad scorching into our grand finale there, and that's just the very first episode of this season. Remember, there's plenty more quizzing action coming your way. Same time next week, it will be the East Zone qualifiers fighting it out for a spot in the finals. So join us then. Until then, remember, you've got to stay with NDTV 24/7. Our news headlines are coming up next. Now, if you've been answering sitting at home, here's your chance to win something for it. Here's our AQ viewers question. "It loves you back" is the tagline for which car?
Send us your answer via SMS. Type AQ, leave a space followed by your answer along with your name and city and send it to 56388. The contest closes at 9 PM on Sunday. 25 lucky winners will get AQ goodie bags, and one grand prize winner who sends in the correct answer through all 4 regional rounds gets to go on to a Mahindra Great Escape. Visit the Mahindra AQ Facebook page and the Twitter handle for more updates.